Have you ever heard of a paternity dispute that ended up causing a family to unravel? Ms. Bouman and her daughter, Kalena, found themselves in this exact situation when they appeared in court to settle a paternity dispute. But what made this dispute different is that Ms. Bouman had been lying to her daughter for years about her biological father. When Ms. Bouman finally came clean and revealed the true identity of Kalena's father, it was too late. The damage had been done, and their relationship was strained beyond repair. Join me as we dive deeper into this story and learn the importance of honesty in our relationships, especially with our children. Ms. Bouman and her daughter, Kalena, appeared in court to settle a paternity dispute. Ms. Bouman had lied to her daughter for years about her biological father, and their relationship had suffered because of it. Ms. Bouman had finally admitted that Mr. James Stewart, who had passed away 18 years ago, was Kalena's actual biological father. Kalena didn't believe this latest claim and believed that her mother was lying again. Mr. Stewart, who was James Stewart's son, denied the claim and wanted to clear his father's name in court. Kalena said that her relationship with her mother had become difficult because she couldn't trust her mother's words. She had believed that Mr. Watson was her biological father until she was taken to his house for 2 months without any contact with her mother. After she returned, her mother told her that James Stewart might be her father. When the test results finally came back, Kalena was devastated to learn that Mr. Watson was not her biological father. She stopped talking to her mother for a month and a half. Ms. Bouman explained that Mr. Watson had walked into her house and taken Kalena after his new wife told him to. Ms. Bouman had gone to work that day. The judge heard their statements and wanted to know why the results were so important to Ms. Bouman. She said that she needed to prove to Kalena that James Stewart was her father and that she had lied to her daughter over the years. She hoped that they could rebuild their relationship. Ms. Kalena Bouman tried to defend her claim, saying that every time she calculated back the time she was messing with Mr. Stewart, it always connected back to him. But Judge Lauren was skeptical and pointed out that Ms. Bouman had lied before, making it difficult to trust her. The judge questioned Mr. Stewart next, asking if he believed he shared a biological father with Ms. Bouman. He replied no, citing his father's history of having women claim their children were his when it was not true. Mr. Stewart then presented a timeline that showed that his father had stopped working at the sub shop in early 1994, which didn't add up to Ms. Bouman's claim that he was there when she was conceived. However, Ms. Bouman insisted that Mr. Stewart's timeline was a lie, and that his father actually stopped working there in February of 1995. Judge Lauren called Ms. Lillian Jane Watson, a witness brought by Ms. Bouman, to testify. Ms. Watson stepped up to the podium, stating her name for the record. The tension in the courtroom was palpable as everyone waited for her to speak. Lillian Jane Watson was a proud grandmother who had taken care of her granddaughter, Kalena, for most of her life. Her son was believed to be Kalena's father, but there had never been a paternity test to confirm this. Bouman, Kalena's mother, had left a letter in Lillian's mailbox stating that James Stewart was not Kalena's biological father. During the paternity test, it was revealed that Bouman had fabricated the letter to hold on to Watson, whom she loved. Bouman admitted that she had never had a test done with Stewart. Lillian was devastated that Kalena's life had been messed up by the lie. She reminded Kalena that her real father, Ernest, loved her, and they talked about her every day. Judge Lauren emphasized that using a child to hold on to a man is never a good idea. She also mentioned that Mr. Watson had moved on, and Bouman couldn't keep using Kalena to hold on to him. The lesson to learn from this story is that honesty is the best policy. Ms. Bouman lied to her daughter for many years, which caused their relationship to suffer. Parents must be truthful with their children, no matter how difficult the truth may be. Lying can cause a lot of harm, and the trust between a parent and child can never be regained once it is broken. Therefore, young people should always strive to be honest and truthful with themselves and others.